Hello everybody, it is Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life and welcome to day 26 of 30 Days of Sketches 6. I am excited today. I am combining this with Sarah's Scraps series where she's focusing in on using some of her Makey Home stuff. So that's my plan today. I'm using the little bit that I have left of Willow Lane and I'm telling you it's not much. I used a little bit of this earlier in this series and now I'm going to finish it off. And with the exception of the stickers, no, actually, I lied. Whatever doesn't get used up, with maybe the exception of the butterflies, is going away. So, this is a very lovely and simple sketch, and I am going to find a way, here we go, to make it work. So, I don't have very many pieces that can be put into the triangle in the way that I want, so I'm not sure that I'm going to make it a full in the center triangle or if I'm going to use these off pieces to try to make it work for me. We're going to see what I come up with and I'll see. But this is an easy sketch, you guys. You'll have fun with this one. I can already tell that it's going to be a popular one, so I'm excited about that. What do we think here? I'm trying to figure it out. So go like this and like that. Maybe we'll do a wonky. I might do a wonky one or something. I don't know. Anyways, I'll get it sorted out. We'll figure it out. And let me get you on fast forward. So let me start off by saying sorry, this is going up a little bit late today. I thought I had recorded and done my voiceover for this layout, and when I went to upload everything this morning to Instagram and Facebook, I realized I forgot to do the voiceover. So it's coming a little bit late today, but I know you all forgive me. So my plan here, I like I said in my intro, is I'm going to do some wonky and not straight triangles. Now I'm playing around with what I have and I kind of really play for a little bit and I tried to make it all work and I just wasn't liking the way it was coming together. So what ends up happening, and you're going to see it as I kind of go through this, is I decide that I'm going to I had enough of that pattern paper with the black there. Now the back side of that is the one with the unicorns and it's like this really pretty red color, and I love that piece of pattern paper and I was never able to make it work. It never fit in with what I was trying to do, so that's not going to make it on there. And instead I decide that I'm going to do both the teal side, so that floral there, and then the wave one you can see as well, and 2 black. So it kind of gives off this almost boy looking layout, but this isn't going to be a boy themed layout, which you'll see in a minute. But you can see I'm trying to make it work. I liked that it was wonky. Like, I was all for that. I thought that was really fun and different. But as I was trying to make it work, it was not coming together and it was just frustrating me. So when that happens, and you're not happy with what's happening, you got to find a way to make it work for you. And what I ended up deciding to do is take one piece that I knew I could make into the smallest triangle, and I could fit all the rest of them basically towards the same size. Now, the angles are a little bit off, and it is not a perfect square, and that's fine with me. You'll see how I kind of go ahead and fix that in a minute, and I love it. So I ended up, you can see I've trimmed them down. I'm going to trace each one of these triangles because my plan here is I was actually thinking shaker pocket, but instead I decided as I was tracing them that would be too complicated to make them fit because I didn't have anything to box them in at the end. So it would all just kind of be a big hot mess. And I wasn't in the mood for actually getting out my fuse tool and doing the whole shaker part of the shaker pocket. So instead, I'm simply just tracing out where the triangles are going to go. I'm going to go back in, and on the outline of where I did, I'm going to use white. Now this is a big tip. If you want to do something like this, if you use white fun foam, even if some of it pokes through, most of the time you're using white cardstock, so you don't really notice it in the grand big scheme of things. So it's a good thing to use versus a color, which would pop out and then you would notice it and your eye would go to it. So if that's something you're interested in doing, make sure you use the white fun foam for stuff like that. And then you'll see, and I use color in the middle because no one's going to see that. So you just kind of go along where it's going to go. Now, at this point, I was still thinking shake our pocket. So that's why I'm using fun foam. Otherwise, I probably would have just put a little bit in the middle of each triangle and called it good. I'm not one that has to have every single part of my layout or whatever. With fun foam, I can use a little bit. It just doesn't bother me. I know some people really want there to be a nice balance and not have any part sink in or anything. I do try a little bit, but it really doesn't bother me. So, however, again, I'm thinking I was going to do a pocket. So that's why I went like that. Changed my mind. So now I'm going to go ahead and grab my glue in the middle, which is nice. It gave me a nice place to put all my glue. And then I'm just going to sprinkle in these sequins. Now, these were from the summer. I actually think they were August release, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're August. They might have been September. But either way, they're a gorgeous mix, and they give off this lovely whimsical vibe, which works so perfectly with my photos, which you'll see in a minute. And what they are is we went to this really awesome park, and I've scrapped this before. It's got a fairy garden in it, and it's just magical. And so we went with all of my kids, and then my little niece. She's not actually my niece. She's like their second cousins. So it's Sean and his cousin, and it's his cousin's little girl, if that makes sense. But Jackson and Jayla are like a year apart, if even. So they're very, very close, and they have so much fun together. And so this was something really special, and they had so much fun playing around. And this was right as we were allowed to kind of lift the restrictions and we could actually go to the park. The parks had reopened and all of that. So this was a very special time for them because they got to go play together, and they hadn't seen each other because you couldn't. So it was fabulous. And so the photos are magical and so whimsical. And now that I knew what I was scrapping, because I didn't even really know what I was going to work with at first, but I just decided it all fit. And the blue gives off a great vibe because it matches in the fact that this is in the middle of a forest. So the colors kind of jive together. And then I just used all the little pieces I had laying around. I got that unicorn used, which makes me so happy. You don't even know how hard I've been trying to use that unicorn on a layout. So that got used up, and just all these little bits and pieces that I tried to use. A few things didn't make it on, but that's okay. I do have plans for them, so hopefully I can finish it up. But for the most part, I have this tiny little bit left from this collection, so I've killed it. That makes me happy. I love the layout. A little bit different from the sketch, but I think you can still see it for the most part. And I just had so much fun playing. So thank you so much for watching. I apologize this is up a little bit late. If you haven't checked out everyone else for today, please go do that. The playlist is below, linked with everyone that's been playing along. And the Facebook group is also linked down there if you want to join that, so you can see everything there. Or as always, just use hashtag 30DSCBL6 and it will get you there. There's a look at my finished layout. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.